Today on Hidden Secrets Revealed Live, Valentine's Day edition. Why other relationships fail, but yours won't. HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Who this is for? Oh, come on, hang on, my thing froze. Okay, as I was saying, I'm going live, so anything can happen. It's crazy. The risks that I take with this are insane. HSRL is a production of Safe New Media. Who this is for? Self-actualizers making the most of their lives. I define self-actualizer as someone on above the plane of competition. The term self-actualization is borrowed from Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Okay, there are people who are waking up to realize they can be more, do more, and have more of the good which they desire. My other motive is that a sound mind is what helps you win in life, and that's powerful. This micro podcast live stream is not for you. I repeat, it's not for you, sweetie, if you take yourself too seriously. If you are a seeker, let me be your guide to discover divine truth for yourself. Let me help you increase the quality and effectiveness of your life by revealing to you the hidden secrets of the universe at no extra charge. Today on HSRL, according to a report from the Oslo and Akershus University College of Applied Science, relationships between couples with clearly defined gender roles last longer than less traditional couples. Hear me out. Notably, marriages are more likely to divorce if men do more housework than women. What? Yeah. Norwegian scholars were interested to see how married and cohabitating men and women divided housework and childcare throughout various life stages. So here's what they did. They analyzed two separate studies involving nearly 20,000 men and women aged 18 to 79. Participants respectively answered questions about the division of housework and childcare, their attitudes toward gender equality, as well as other variables like life stage and social class. Okay, do you want to know the results? Here's the result. The results showed 65% of couples equally or near equally divided childcare, but not housework. Women reported doing all or almost all of the work in 11% of couples and somewhat more of the work in 60% of couples. About 25% of couples divided the work more equally, with younger couples, childless couples, and couples where the woman had a full-time job among those more likely to split domestic chores. That makes sense. Seriously, if the woman is the breadwinner, the guy's going to do more chores. Fair enough. Researchers did not find an association between a traditional share of housework, where women do most of the work, and a lower risk of divorce. But they did report untraditional couples had a greater risk of divorce. Okay, Think about this. Men who did as much or more of the housework were more likely to get divorced than couples where the woman did most of the housework over a period of 4 years. It's interesting, right? But let's examine disconfirming evidence. By the way, I'm going live on YouTube. Smash that subscribe button, pummel that subscribe button into submission, leave a comment, share this with somebody. I'm going live on LinkedIn too, and directly on Twitter. Okay, so as you guys are uh, part of the Safe New Media uh, um, team, you guys know to consider disconfirming evidence, right? So the results from this survey that I mentioned, they appeared to contradict another study carried out by researchers at Cambridge University that found men were actually happier when sharing the housework. What what's with what's going on? The Cambridge study was based on previously collected data from 30,000 people in 34 countries. Researchers found that men had benefited more. Okay, the more they contributed, the more they benefited. So the more contribution they made, that's very on brand with a man. You want to you actually do feel better the more you contribute. Okay, that makes sense. So the more they contributed to household chores, the more they benefited. But researchers suggested that this could also be because they preferred a quiet life doing housework over being nagged by their wife. Happy wife, happy life, as the adage goes. Am I right, fellas? Okay, the former study mentioned does suggest that traditional gender roles and clearly defined expectations can positively affect the outcome of a marriage. One possible explanation for this is that these roles provide a sense of stability and predictability in a relationship. When each partner has a clear understanding of their roles and responsibilities, there may be less conflict and ambiguity about who is responsible for what. This can lead to stress and tension in the relationship. Am I right, ladies? Huh? Additionally, traditional gender roles may reflect a shared set of values and beliefs about what a marriage should look like. Couples who share these values may be more likely to work together and support each other in achieving common goals. Why? This can create a sense of teamwork and partnership in the relationship, which can be a very strong foundation for a long lasting and successful marriage. Okay. However, it is important to note that every relationship is unique and what works for one couple may not work for another. It's just the way it is. What works for you might not work for me. What floats your boat might not float mine. Okay. But zoom out a little bit here. It is also important to recognize that gender roles can be limiting. They can't, I mean, there would be a time when they would be limiting. Okay. We recognize that and may not reflect the diverse needs and perspectives of all individuals because everybody's different. Okay. But look at the data here. Ultimately, the success of a marriage depends on a variety of factors, including communication, trust, respect, and shared values, in addition to gender roles and expectations. Where there seems to be a contradiction in the latter study referenced, one possible explanation is that there are varying degrees of expectations in every relationship. That's why the terms of your contract matter. Remember, marriage is a legal contract. Don't forget, it's a legal contract. There's always a discrepancy between the price and the terms in any contract. Think of love as the price. Love is not a good enough reason to get married. It's not. In the same way, the price tag is what uninformed buyers look at first. There's an interoperability problem due to the uncertainty principle of how you define love. In other words, the act of measuring something intangible changes all the other variables. Love has to be demonstrated by action in order for it to have any meaning. Another way to understand this is to inverse the idea. What would someone who does not love you do? What would someone do who does not love you? Okay, do the opposite of that if you want to show that you love somebody. It's easy. Just don't mess it up. More often than not, we fall in and out of love due to our avoidance of having tough conversations. We don't know what we want. We don't know what the other person wants, and we don't talk about it. What do you think is going to happen? It's not going to work. In conclusion, some of the strongest marriages are also in business together. Okay? This is actual truth here. There are very strong business partnerships that are married couples. They share a common goal and make money together. When money comes into the equation, now you have a measurement of value. I mean, think about it. Why do most people get divorced? It's money problems, right? That's why. It's money problems that people get divorced. It's also people who are good with money that stay together. That's a generalization, but my the thing is, money comes into the equation. Now you can measure the value. See? What if that exchange of value is the energy that propels us forward? I mean, just in life, I mean, overall, as human beings. There's a scripture in the Christian tradition that says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers. For what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness? And what communion hath light with darkness?" The point of religion is to provide parameters, okay? Religious context aside, for a couple to have a lasting relationship, their beliefs, values, and aspirations must be aligned. I appreciate you guys watching. That's today's Valentine's Day special. Hidden Secrets Revealed Live is a production of Safe New Media, unconventional, diversified, global digital media company devoted to the practice, administration, and dissemination of the ideologies of its founder, moi, yours truly. My name is Sean Allen Fenn.eth, and this is not a cult. What are you talking about? This is definitely not a cult. If you'd like to join our cult, you could do a couple things. You could go to the website, the official page of Hidden Secrets Revealed Live, safenewmedia.com/HSRL. I also invite you to access the inner circle. Okay, now this is not for everybody, but there is a private Telegram that you can access via Guild XYZ. Go to guild.xyz/inner circle. You must be following me on Twitter. Connect your MetaMask and be following me on Twitter. That's the way to get in to our private Telegram. Now, before I tell you why you would want to join, just tell me in cases of you don't know me, you don't know me from a hole in the wall. Prior to the pandemic, I quit making music because it cost too much and I frankly wasn't good enough. I had some character flaws that had to be corrected. After the pandemic, I started making music again. Why am I telling you this? Because this is important, okay? Suddenly, I realized the correlation between what came naturally when I was young, and it was between the ages of 12 and 19. I was playing in bands. That's what I did naturally. There's a correlation between what you were doing when you were young and the purpose of your life. So music is at my core, but utilized as an information tool, it provides structure for abstract problem solving. Now, I'm combining it with media as leverage. My album Surplus is my most recent album that you can hear for free on Spotify. Okay. Anyone can hear it for free. I also have singles and I do have a couple of NFTs. So uh, that's that's if you would like to go directly to find out more, you can go to safetymedia.com/surplus, or you can, there's a link if you're watching on YouTube to my Spotify, and also there's a link in the LinkedIn where I'm broadcasting live, and I'm going live directly on Twitter right now. And before I close, I'm going to tell you a few more details about why you would want to access our Telegram or private inner circle. Okay. Thanks for watching Hidden Secrets Revealed Live. So you must be following me on Telegram and go through guild.xyz. All right. Get into our inner circle for help with leveling up your mind, because your mind generates meaning, and meaning is what creates your reality. So if you're in the Telegram, then I can talk to you. We can get to know each other, right? And we'll know we're there for the same thing, to advance ourselves. All right. I appreciate you guys watching so much. Share this with somebody, leave a comment. Uh, even if you're making fun of me, I don't care. As long as it's funny, leave a comment, share this with somebody. I appreciate you guys. I have spoken.